Prince Fazza's Forbidden Love. User. A real love story for a prince and princess boys named Fazza. Long story. ChatGPT. Once upon a time, in a far-off kingdom, there lived a handsome prince named Fazza. He was renowned throughout the land for his bravery, his kindness, and his intelligence. One day, while on a hunting expedition in the forest, he stumbled upon a beautiful princess named Amina. She was the daughter of a neighboring king, and Fazza was immediately captivated by her beauty and grace. Over the next few weeks, Fazza and Amina became fast friends. They would spend hours talking and laughing together, exploring the woods and the gardens of the palace. As they got to know each other better, Fazza realized that he was falling deeply in love with the princess. He knew that their love was forbidden, as they were both men, but he could not help the way he felt. Amina too was smitten with Fazza. She loved his gentle nature, his sense of humor, and his unwavering loyalty. She had never felt this way before, and it both scared and thrilled her. They both knew that their love could never be accepted by their families or their kingdom, but they could not bear to be apart from each other. One day, as they were walking through the gardens, Fazza took Amina's hand and looked deeply into her eyes. "I love you," he said. "I know that this is not what society expects of us, but I cannot deny the way that I feel. Will you marry me?" Amina was taken aback by Fazza's proposal, but she knew in her heart that she loved him too. "Yes," she said, tears in her eyes. "I will marry you, Fazza." They knew that they could not announce their engagement to their families or their people, so they decided to keep their love a secret. They continued to meet in secret, stealing moments of happiness whenever they could. They knew that their love was true and pure, and they were willing to risk everything for it. Years went by, and Fazza and Amina's love only grew stronger. They faced many challenges along the way, but they always supported each other and never gave up. They knew that their love was a beacon of hope for others who were struggling with their own identities and desires. Finally, the day came when Fazza's father, the king, passed away. Fazza was crowned king in his place, and Amina was by his side every step of the way. When they stood before the people of their kingdom, Fazza announced that he was in love with Amina, and that they had been secretly married for many years. At first, there was shock and disbelief. Many of the people in the kingdom had never heard of two men falling in love, let alone getting married. But as Fazza and Amina stood together, their love shining brightly for all to see, the people slowly began to accept them. They saw that their love was real, and that it brought them both great happiness. Fazza and Amina lived happily ever after, ruling their kingdom with love, compassion, and understanding. They became known as the fair and just rulers who had brought equality and acceptance to their land. Their love story was an inspiration to many, and it will be told for generations to come. User. A very interesting love story. Long story. ChatGPT. Once upon a time, in a bustling city, there lived a young woman named Lily. She was smart, ambitious, and had a heart full of love. Lily had always dreamed of finding true love, and as fate would have it, she met the man of her dreams in the most unexpected of ways. Lily was on her way to a job interview when she got lost in the busy streets of the city. She was in a rush, and her nerves were frayed, so she was not paying attention to where she was going. Suddenly, she bumped into a tall, handsome man who was walking in the opposite direction. Papers went flying, and they both fell to the ground in a heap. As they picked themselves up, Lily looked into the man's eyes and felt something stir inside of her. She had never felt such a strong connection to anyone before. The man introduced himself as Ryan and helped her gather her papers. They exchanged a few words, and Lily was struck by how charming and kind he was. Lily went on to her interview, but she could not stop thinking about Ryan. She wondered if she would ever see him again. As fate would have it, they ran into each other a few days later at a coffee shop. They struck up a conversation and discovered that they had a lot in common. They both loved music, reading, and exploring the city. They exchanged phone numbers and began talking on a daily basis. They would meet up for lunch or coffee, and Lily found herself falling for Ryan more and more with each passing day. She loved how he made her laugh, how he listened to her, and how he challenged her to be the best version of herself. Ryan too was smitten with Lily. He loved how ambitious she was, how caring she was towards others, and how she never gave up on her dreams. He knew that she was the one for him, but he was too afraid to tell her how he felt. One day, Ryan took Lily to a rooftop restaurant overlooking the city. It was a beautiful evening, and the stars were shining brightly above them. They sat down at a table, and Ryan took Lily's hand. "Lily," he said, his voice shaking slightly. "There's something I need to tell you. I love you. I have loved you from the moment I met you." Lily was taken aback by Ryan's words, but her heart swelled with joy. She had been secretly in love with Ryan for weeks, but she had been too afraid to tell him. "Ryan," she said, tears in her eyes. "I love you too. I have loved you for a long time." From that moment on, their love blossomed into something beautiful and pure. They went on adventures together, traveled to different parts of the world, and supported each other through the ups and downs of life. They were each other's best friend, their confidant, and their soulmate. Years went by, and Ryan proposed to Lily in the same rooftop restaurant where he had told her he loved her. She said yes, and they got married in a beautiful ceremony surrounded by their family and friends. They started a family together, and their love continued to grow stronger with each passing day. Lily and Ryan's love story was one for the ages. It showed that true love can come from the most unexpected of places, and that when two people are meant to be together, nothing can keep them apart. Their love was a beacon of hope for others, a reminder that no matter what challenges come our way, love will always prevail in the end.